Sagittarius, how are you? Welcome to the My Mass. Thank you for coming and welcome. This reading is for the first week of October, and independently of if the storyline resonates or if it doesn't resonate with you, at the end I'll be giving general advice for the collective. So let's see what message the cards have for you this week. We start off with the Page of Wands, followed by the Seven of Swords in the reverse. We then have the Seven of Cups in the upright. We also have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. And finally we have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. As a helping energy, supporting energy, we have the Tower in the upright. Okay, Sagittarius, so let's see what's going on with you right now. It's looking strong. And okay, so we start with the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands, he is starting to bring a passionate idea into reality. No, he's still at the beginning stages, so he's very immature and still he's not very knowledgeable, but he's starting to take this wand. We then have the Seven of Swords. So I think there's some betrayal going on. There was some really strong betrayal, some really strong treason, I think. Yes, but you're coming out of it. I think that you are leaving behind a situation that was very deceptive, that you felt completely stabbed in the back, that it was very sneaky. It hurt you a lot. And what I'm thinking this is right now is the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups can mean many things. It usually represents having a lot of options. So it could be that while you were on this initial quest to offer a wand or a wand project, wand connection, wand, and when I say wand, I mean passionate. There was a sneakiness and a treason that occurred, a betrayal, a very strong sense of sneaky betrayal. It could be that you were talking with a lot of people, maybe, that you were keeping your options open, but it can also mean, and for me lately it means that because it's also a card of illusion. I sometimes feel that when Seven of Cups represents a relationship or a connection, is that one party is holding the other party, like there's very, very, how do I say that, unrealistic, they're comparing it, or they're holding them into unrealistic, not comparisons, but ideals. So when there's a lot of you being expected, but unrealistically, then you will never be able to stand up to those ideals. And that brings, I think right now, a Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, which is an unstable queen. Queen that's not being able to nurture and to be like the almost empress that she is, because she cannot be compared, or she cannot, not compared, but she cannot fulfill the expectations that the other person has with the Seven of Cups. That's the word, like really high expectations. Somebody was expecting really high things from you, I believe, with the Queen of Pentacles, and it was very much impossible, and that ended up being a betrayal for yourself. Because nobody can stand up to those expectations and truly fulfill them. and that brings a lot of instability because your sense of self is shattered somehow. It's like it's not based on a solid foundation. So we struggle with actually being this queen. Mm, and I think that's why I say that right now I'm feeling that there is that the Seven of Cups speaks more of high expectations than it is of other people, because of the Eight of Swords in the reverse, which is a mental cage, which is a situation in which you cannot get out of your head, and you actually feel trapped with your thoughts. And right now I'm feeling that uh, trying to be or succeed within these expectations can bring you a situation in which you are trapped inside your head. So the interesting part that we have here really is the yes, the Seven of Swords is also dishonesty, is lying, is not telling the truth, is stealing, is, yes. And you got caught. You got caught doing that. You got caught stealing, or you got caught. Yeah, the dishonesty can also be having a lot of options, which made it impossible for the Queen of Pentacles to actually be stable and solid. Um, but that's a mental illusion also with the Eight of Swords. The good thing is that there's a tower coming. There's a or that it came and it's helping, aiding in the situation, and the tower is taking down all of these preconceived notions that are affecting you and that are way too unrealistic for you to uphold. So let's take out 3 more cards to see where this is going. But yeah, there's a very there's an okay, 4 of Swords in the reversed, the Emperor in the reversed, claro, and the Ace of Swords in the reversed. Okay, so here's the thing. Somebody, I think this was not you. It could be you. It could be you or the other person, but I think you are more the receiver of the Page of Wands rather than the bearer of the wands or the bringer of the wands. You're not the page itself. But this page was on a quest to give this wand, right? Yet somebody was being very dishonest and very sneaky about it and kept both their options very much open, but also maintained very unrealistic expectations of you, and that made you suffer in terms of your stability and your nurturing abilities. Your solid ground just got super shaken with this tower also, and that sent you in a state of being trapped in your mind, of not being able to get out of that situation. But do remember that your mind, you have the key to your mind and to this entrapment. And right now, what's going on is that you are not truly being able to, with the Four of Swords, to heal and to have peace and rejuvenation, because there's an Emperor energy which is unbalanced, and also with the Ace of Swords in the reverse, you have no clarity of what's going on, and with the Emperor energy in the reverse, there's an imbalance when it comes to drive, to ambition, to authority. There's either a rigidity that you cannot surpass, or there's an abuse of power. There can also be aggressiveness, maybe. Yes, it could be that. which is not helping the situation to be clear and to be clarity in this. Yet I'm not quite sure if the person who needs the healing, the balancing of the Emperor energy is you or is the other person. Spirit, can you give us more information for Sagittarius, please? What's going on with Sagittarius? Oh, the devil in the upright. The Five of Pentacles in the upright. And the Ten of Wands in the upright. Okay. So yeah, that was it. You Sagittarius, were dealing with a Page of Wands, who you and this person were in the initial stages of something passionate, something exciting. It was just starting, it was going on well, and then somebody was caught being dishonest and sneaky and lying around about options, but also about, it's very clear that this person had really high expectations of you, but more than high, not in a good, healthy way of you and them rising up and being better versions of yourself. No, on the contrary, is that this person was very unrealistic as to what they wanted. And as an effect of that, I think you, here being the Queen of Pentacles, decided to take away your pentacle, because this situation, it hit you like a tower, it crumbled your foundations, because of course, imagine if somebody is expecting completely unrealistic things from you, and you trying to keep up with those. Well, of course, your sense of self is shattered. And that led you to a case in which you got stuck in your head, and it was like a mental imprison. Yeah, it was a mental prison, and you could not rejuvenate, you could not heal those and be in peace, because also there is this energy of, I think in this case, the Emperor in the reverse is not truly what I said before about the attributes of the Emperor being excessive, but on the contrary, they were taken from you, which means that you lost your sense of self, your sense of authority over yourself, your sense of control, your sense of stability, of drive, of energy, completely, and that took you to a very unclear place where you had no clarity of mind. And it's telling us here with the devil, and it's confirming all of this, the devil, the Five of Pentacles, and the Ten of Wands. This attitude was completely toxic and obsessive, and it's very, very harmful, and it made you feel left out in the cold completely and abandoned by this person. Yet there's the need, and it will happen, to release all of these burdens, because right now what we're seeing is that your sense of self got shattered because of somebody else's dishonesty, and you thought that it was you, precisely because of the unrealistic expectations that were put upon you. So first, that's very harmful for you. You have to know that it's not you, but it became an extremely toxic situation that trapped you into believing that you were abandoned, that you were a little bit worthless. You were lacking completely in a lacking mindset. And that's a burden you really need to release in order for you to gain your power again and to be in control of your own self again. Let's see what the advice is for you in this situation. Sagittarius, Spirit, what can we tell? Two of Wands in the reverse. What can we tell Sagittarius? What advice, what message does Saggy need to hear? Page of Pentacles in the upright. And Death in the reverse. Okay, the Sun also comes. I think it comes here with the Tower, the enlightenment part. Like gaining the knowledge or the getting to know the truth. You are enlightened, and at the end, it will result in happiness. So that's also good. But let's see. So with the Two of Wands in the reverse, there's not much planning or not much contemplation. With the Death card in the reverse, whatever you are going on, whatever transition, whatever evolution you're living right now, you're still going under it. You're still transitioning. So have in mind that all of this turmoil is you yourself still going through a process in a period of absolute change, of endings, of beginnings, and new beginnings. But right now it all feels a little too heavy, and too heavy in a negative way, because all of these dark feelings are flourishing and are coming to light in order for you to be able to release them, to feel them, to see that all of this is going on so that you can release them, and in that way be able to have a successful change, to have this successful transformation with the Death. And with the Two of Wands, there's still not a decision made. I actually think that you are avoiding making a final decision regarding something in this situation, something similar to this situation. And the advice that it's giving you is that it's good for you to take at least the first steps, at least first baby steps towards constructing back again your pentacle kingdom, your solid, stable kingdom of material comfort and material abundance. But in order for you to first not to avoid the change and not reject the change, but on the contrary, to be able to go through it thoroughly so that it is a successful transformation, you also have to put a little bit of your part, and in this case is to take the necessary baby steps, if that's the case, to building up back again your kingdom. The kingdom that was taken away from you, or that you took away from the situation when you realized that it was not helping you anymore. That's what I have for you, Sagittarius. I think it's gonna be good, but right now you're under a period of transition, so a lot of things are flourishing and a lot of things are coming out to light, but they're coming out to light with the Tower, not so you stay in them, but you let them fall because they're no longer serving you. And the moment you fully release them and you fully get rid of all of these burdens and all of this toxicity and negative energy that you feel as if it was enslaving you, you will come out to the other end with happiness and a new sense of joy, of freedom, of untainted love, and a new you. Absolutely, it's like absolutely a rebirth. We have the Tower, Death, the Sun here, but you should I think. Face all of this, face all of these negative behaviors and patterns and painful situations you had to go through in order to understand why they're happening to you, but and also to let them go and rise completely new without all of the burdens from the past that were affecting you very strongly, very, very strongly, and were held. You felt as if you were held hostage in this situation. And of course, there was a lot of dishonesty and betrayal, and somebody stabbed you in the back, quite basically. But by having unrealistic expectations of you and by inviting more options into the equation, but know that these need to be released, and you also had to see them, and you had to face them and see them in order for you to know they exist, and thus be able to release them, let the tower crumble down, and start building upon that foundation. A new brand, free, happy, bright foundation. But right now you are going through this turmoil, so patience and keep on going. Keep on going, Sagittarius. Thanks for coming. See you next week, guys. Bye.